Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do a beautiful, soft landscape painting with maybe the sun kind of burning through some of the trees. Of course, if you're enjoying these, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more painting videos. Let's get started. We'll start off today with our 2-inch brush and a nice soft peach color. You see, I just have all my sort of nice sunset colors worked together here. A little bit random, and that's okay. I'm doing this before I get to doing any sketch work. It's a little lighter bit in there, and that's because I just want to make sure I kind of do more than I want, and then when I sketch, and I'll kind of figure out where I want my trees to go around this. Remember, we want, the light to come burning through, and I put just from here to here a little bit of clear gel medium and a touch of white, and that's good. It's nice and kind of feels sticky, so that's good. Makes the painting experience a little easier. Now, as you can see, I did just a little bit of sketching and then a very faint mountain, mostly just a sketch, and then I blended the sketch in, and that was all I needed. So now I've got my 3/4 brush, basically just white, tinted with a little yellow, just for fun. Right up here, let's go ahead and work on our sun. So I see a little tree silhouette, and I want that sun right here. So I'm gonna place it in. It'll mix with the color that we have down. It's not necessarily the best thing in the world, but as long as it doesn't do it too much, that's fine, because I want this area super bright. Ordinarily, it doesn't make any difference at all, but I do want this area bright, so give it another coat here, maybe a little thicker. Okay. And I'm going to feather this out into the tree. I'll show you why in just 2 seconds. There we go. Let this fade up, this white. Good. Yep, that's it. Now it can mix. Now if it mixes, it's all good. It doesn't matter. Just that spot in here, and I'll show you how we make that glow, because you see it's really kind of flat at this moment, but let's make it glow here. First, I'm just going to blend it, and we actually really make it look bright by putting the leaves of the tree around it. Now I'm working just a few of these little leaves around the sunlight area, and then I just squished a little color in and around, because I know a lot of this is actually going to get covered, but I just wanted to kind of remind us that we're going to have some light back here as well. Anyways, right here is where I want to look at. So I've got all that stuff in there. Still is not glowing. Let's see if we can make it glow. I went ahead and just took a second to mix up some color. Let's start with this one right over here. I don't know what it is. It's just a mushy mass of green and gray and a little yellow every once in a while. So here we go. Let's see what this does for us. That's not a bad tone, actually. I'm going to start now on this side of the tree and very simply work out. I have a little more paint down on this canvas than I would normally. What that's going to do is soften all these colors and make them kind of chalky, which is okay, because we want it to look like it's like the sun is kind of burning through. And you know how the sun does when it burns through trees. It kind of makes them look washed out. So that's what this will do, having that little extra bit of paint up here. It will make it kind of feel washed out. Good. Now, if we sort of do this right, we can make this thing start to glow really soon. I'm thinking now, it looks like we need a little more red. I'm gonna go back to my orange color up here. Let's just see what this does for us. I'm gonna sneak this red up and around. Yes, that's good transition color. Very, very good. We may need to, at the end of the painting, make this a little brighter and a little like more stand out. But, for now, we'll just sort of do our best, and then at the end of the painting, when everything else is in, we'll make a choice as to how far we want to go with this. Okay, good. So I'm going to just continue. I've got mine now. I got my brown, which does have a lot of red in it. I'm going to play with green in this painting. Normally in sunsets, I don't like a lot of green. I'm going to play with the green colors today. I do want just a little, not a lot, but just a little. So anyways, I'm going to work all these colors together. This should make the tree glow. I want it to be very much silhouetted back here against this sun. Now I'm going to spend just a couple minutes up here dropping in, a lot of background color. I think it's just about that time. Of course, I did a little sketch because I don't want to put the wrong color in the wrong spot. That would be kind of sad. Sad because we'd have to take a lot of time and kind of straighten it out by wiping it with a paper towel, which I've had to do in the past. And it's not the end of the world, but if you can plan around it and sort of make your life easier, then you should. Don't try to paint hard. Try to make it as easy as possible, because you're going to have a better time. You'll have more success. And that's kind of the point, right? We want to have success, and we don't want it to be difficult. There. We want to have as much fun as possible while we do this, because boy, if you kind of set yourself up and you just take your time, don't rush things, you can have a lot of success. Make sure you build in a lot of variation in color. It takes a little extra time. It's worth every single second you're going to put into it. Now, this is a straight line and I don't like that, but I'm going to build up bushes, so I don't want to cover this with dark yet. I want to figure out where my bushes are and I'll work the dark into the bush, but it's just kind of a side note for you. It's not important. Because, of course, we're painting in oil. This isn't going to dry. We won't leave a hard edge, so it's all good. You can kind of do things like that. Okay, right over here, because I know what I'm doing, because I sketched, I'm going to paint in some grass. Just the underpainting for grass. I like to do the underpainting for grass fairly light when it's in the background like this, and I know it's going to be very vibrant. Good. A little bit more on the orange side. That'll help tie it in with the painting. Your colors must be tied together. Now I went ahead and just started playing around with a little bit of color. So I put some green and yellow on top, and then a soft orange, kind of a tan color on the bottom. Now that was really pretty easy. The more interesting part is coming in here with little slices of light and just popping this color out. And that just kind of gives it a little silver lining, a little bit similar to kind of, how this feels. Very bright, almost backlit. So I want to be careful that we don't get this a little overdone, which you could do. So let's sort of do that. And then I'm thinking maybe some more orange color, something a little lighter. Yeah, there we go. There, you can put a little red into it just to kind of make it feel, stick with the rest of the painting. I think we should do, oh yeah, that's it. Oh, that's super, super fun. Okay. And then right up on top, yep, there you go. And this is grass, so we should probably take it and blend it into the background just a bit. Now we're going to go ahead and work on these little trees back here. I just put a little bit more dark in, played around with the rocks. I kind of turned the dirt into a little bit of a rock down here, so there was a transition, so it wasn't just all dirt all the time. That's kind of cool. So anyways, now I'm just going to use my filbert brush here, using the filbert brush to really just, I don't know, kind of shape a couple of these little bushes. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want them to just be super bright. Also, I'm not looking for individual little mushrooms up here. I want, a nice little clumpy effect. I would ordinarily like a detail around, but I think that'll give us too big of an effect. I think what might be better is the filbert for back here. Plus, it's a little faster, so that's an extra bonus. Good. Another fun thing to do is to take a little more of our gold, like from the tree over here, and just touch the edges with that gold. See how that brightens them up a little? So kind of more green in the center, and then where it's really being lit directly from the sky, that's where we have this gold, and that's pretty. Bring that in a little. I like that. So anyways, we're gonna just go around and kind of paint in some of these bushes and get them highlighted. Now I spent just a few more minutes working on, some rocks down here. Just kind of getting a place to put our little waterfall. And that's what I thought we would do next. It looks like it's about time to do our waterfall, which of course will be a lot of fun. I love these sort of things. So just kind of let it splash down. Using a beautiful soft golden color. You see, when you do sunsets, when you do sunset paintings, you must, and it's not something that you should do, you must have all your colors with the very warm sunset, matching the warm sunset colors of the sky. If you don't do that very simple step, you're not going to be overly happy with it because it's just not ever going to look natural. And if you're wondering why you would do that, tonight at sunset, go out and look at the landscape. Don't look up at the sky, look at the landscape. And you will see why you have to match all the colors. Everything takes on a very beautiful, bright, cast of whatever the sky is doing. It's really fun. There. So anyways, gotta make sure you got that right in your painting. There. Now let's go ahead and just highlight these evergreens up here. I'm using the detail round brush, and I was having a lot of fun in the foreground. I just thought, time to kind of change and do something up here. There, and I really like the idea of getting some of this soft, beautiful sunlight out here on these evergreen trees. You see, I already started kind of with the evergreens back here, but it's very simple. I did that very softly. Now this I'm going to do a little more vibrant. There. Speaking of vibrant, little red won't hurt. Watch this. Now you might be wondering why we're painting an evergreen in, almost like an autumn color. It's because of that sun. You've got to make sure that the colors work together. It's being lit by the orange sun right now. So, that doesn't mean that we can't have any green, but it needs to be limited, and it needs to be on the inside of the tree. There's some green that's going in, kind of in the middle, and then on the left as well. You can have a little, not a ton. You can even have a blue shadow, or a purple shadow, even better. There. Yeah, a little bit of green is okay. It's almost kind of nice to have a little green in there. Of course, you can do a sunset without green at all. There. Just depends on what you want to do. Just be careful with it. Don't go vibrant green on the right-hand edge. That would be a little weird. There. Now let's go ahead and highlight down here a few of these little rocks. I think this will be fun. Make the painting really pop. It's important that you don't just line up all the rocks in a row. I know that's easy to do, very easy sometimes to line stuff in a row. So try not to do that. But if you do it, there's an easy solution. You can either come in with dark and just break them up, or it's possible you can usually just, make one of them bigger or something. So no worries. But just keep an eye on that. The best way to check to see if you're getting any symmetrical patterns when you paint rocks or anything else. Stand back a few feet. Take a good look at it for a couple minutes. Make sure nothing weird's happening. You always want to do that many times throughout the painting. In fact, I do. Every so often, and I stand back. I take a good look at it. Just make sure we're on the right track, because otherwise there's just no telling. You can't see it up this close. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop in just a couple of little sticks over here. Kind of these little, I don't know, they're like bushes kind of growing out of the grass here. And I like that. It just adds one more layer that we didn't have a minute ago. So we'll just sort of do this. It'll be fun. There, I'm going to, see I'm doing the brush with light and dark. We do that every once in a while. It kind of makes a line very easily. A line that has highlight and shadow all at once without having to go back and add anything else to the branch, which is great. Good for fences and all sorts of other things. There, see that? Fun. I like that. Okay, I'm going to, grab something here that looks like a purpley gray color, and I'm going to sneak a couple of purple leaves on. What am I doing? Yikes, I'm not too sure. I just feel like I want to break up the color a little. And maybe this is like some sort of a flowering, I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain it. And they're subtle, so maybe, they just add a little extra color. There, it's just some sort of a flowering bush or something that has kind of purpley leaves. And of course we'll integrate some green ones around so they don't just look weird. There. That's probably enough. Okay, let's get some green. But in this case, green isn't always green. It's more of a gold. So let's get some gold leaves in and around. So yeah, it looks like a flowering bush. There. One of the last things we're going to do to this painting is, well, sort of throw in some beautiful flowers here in the background. And that will help make a lot of detail. I like that. It kind of brings your eye in toward the foreground a little more because the background's really interesting. So I want you to look at the foreground too. So there you go. Those are flowers up on there, and I'm just going to look around and kind of figure out where they need to be and pop them in. I won't overthink this too much. Okay, and then there's also the possibility of doing, well, what looks like little vertical plants that might be really cool. There we go. So I'm just going to try to get in some extra detail in order to bring your eye in toward the foreground. Balance out the interesting background. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out our website, DVDs, and brush line. Thanks for watching.